Don't you say that. Don't you ever say that. Stay here. Stay as long as you can.
I've been in this club since 7 o'clock. I'm just now hitting $100.
There's no need to. I see the bigger picture now. Yeah. Trying to get popular and get a person music hot in a local strip club. The same amount of money I was spending in strip clubs, same amount of money I invested in t-shirts and sell them at a Kevin Gates tour and triple my money.
This is what it looks like when you get a degree. But that degree doesn't pay the bills. You end up degrading yourself in the club every Friday, Saturday, and twice on Sundays.
I'm sick of paying entry fees to see animals not do They don't do These animals don't do because you go to some of these cages now, you go to the lion cage, he's in there. He's always sleeping or he's laid out or looks like he's on a couple Xannies, you know. They just lay there like rich animals. That's all they are. Because we took them out of the wild. The wild is where God is out there setting it off. And Mother Nature's out there working.
I truly think that my time at the nightclubs are done. And every time I try to go back, I just get a reminder as to why I need to stay my ass at home. Y'all might catch me at a day party here and there. But for real, y'all trash. Like, y'all bottle girls, this attitude. Like, I don't know why y'all feel so entitled to act like this and ruin people's nights and birthdays and celebrations when y'all really have one job. Bring out the bottle, fake a smile if you have to, and then just dip. It's really that simple. Nobody was being disrespectful to you. Nobody was bringing negative energy to you. Y'all brought that nasty my way. And y'all really don't want to dish back. So
another thing is we need to stop glamorizing being bottle girls. I remember when I turned 19, I was so excited. I was like, I gotta work in the club. I was emailing all the clubs and I got a job at the club a week after I turned 19. And I was so excited. And like just being at such a young age, like you just don't know any better. And back then I was like, just didn't know much. And it just puts you into such a dark industry. Like, don't get me wrong. I met people that are great in the industry, but I also met people that are super bad. And it just can create a lot of bad paths for you to fall down. So I don't know. I think we just need to cut that out. So that's just my take.
Dude in the comments said it's all fun and games until you're in your late 30s and can't pivot out of the service industry. Seen a lot of friends get stuck.
My wife's friend worked as a waitress at a gentleman's club. In 2008, she said, guys, just stop tipping, like at all. They still came in, but the vibe was off. No lap dances, no big nights, just sitting at the bar, ordering one drink. The money stopped flowing. That is the Gentleman Club Index. When people stop spending in fantasy environments, it means they're hanging on to every dollar they've got. Comment if you notice people pulling back on splurges. Tomorrow's the final one. Men's Underwear Index. Yeah, it's a real thing.
Some of y'all out there ain't gonna like this, but fellas, it's the truth. Going to a strip club means you have money to spend on or bartenders. It does not mean you come to buy bottles and sit down. They have hookah lounges, sports bars, regular clubs, anything else. Any other place that sells alcohol. The liquor store in the corner. And when you go to those places, they're going to be regular girls that really just want alcohol. And they'll go home with you for the alcohol too. But at the strip club, no, they want money. They may go home with you, but it's for money. So if you don't bring the money to spend, you shouldn't go there. Oh, I'm just here to kick it with my boy. Don't kick it with your boy here. Because when we see you and you don't have no money, oh, we're talking shit. We don't care what you got in your bank account. Why would you come here and not spend no money? That's not... no.
Okay, so I just want to say this because this is something that I see a lot. Stop thinking that you want to be a dancer or you want to get tricked on or you want to live any type of fast life just because of how you see the next chick living. Because, yeah, you do got chicks that really do get in that life and they really do just be getting to the bag. Like, they really do got dudes that want to throw that bag on them. But it's a lot of chicks that be selling cat and dancing that be still broke. Like, some chicks just like to be around dudes with money, even if nobody's giving them any money. I don't know. So yeah, I just want to say that. And a lot of these chicks be reposting the same money, trying to act like they be getting to it every day. Or like they have danced with 5 girls and the money has to be split between 5 people, and they try to act like that's all their money. So yeah, I just want to say that a lot of these chicks have clout. They know a lot of dudes that got the bag. So don't get in that type of lifestyle counting somebody else's pockets. Just because dudes will blow it on the next chick, or they spend a certain type of money on her, don't mean they gonna do it for you. Like, it's some chicks that just don't. If you don't got no whole bunch of dudes that want to spend money on you, don't try to force it. Like, go to school or something. That's not everybody lane. Okay, so this is why I say that most dancers and 304s are broke. And I'm just gonna open up y'all mind. So when y'all go to the club and y'all spend a whole bunch of money, y'all are going to the clubs that are well known. Y'all are going to Magic City. Y'all going to G5. Y'all going to Tootsie's. If y'all want something a little more classy, y'all gonna go to Cheetah. Y'all gonna go to Spearmint Rhino. Like, stuff like that. These big name, well known clubs. There are so many chicks out here that are working at hole-in-the-wall clubs. Every club is not a famous club. And in order for you to get hired at those upscale clubs, you have to meet a certain standard of beauty. You have to be naturally pretty. You have to have your body done. You have to look a certain kind of way. Every chick don't work at these clubs. Like, it's so many chicks that's bad built, that's through out here working at the hole-in-the-wall clubs, not making this type of money. Even the type of dancers that y'all pay attention to, look how many followers they got. Look at how many people is attracted to them and attracted to their energy. Look how cute they is. Look at them. Like, every chick is not an it girl on type dancer. Cardi B and Miracle Watts and Cash Doll, these chicks are a minority. Y'all cannot tell me no chicks that live that lifestyle that you personally know in real life, because it's a minority.
And if you have a dancer in the club that has an Instagram following, they really only come in there to see her in real life, just to like look at her in real life. So all of you other women can only hope that you're going to get maybe a little bit off of what she's going to get that night. I saw a woman in the comments say, if you're in a hole-in-the-wall club or something like that, you're going to have to hustle. And a lot of women, unfortunately, have been sold this dream, or they're thinking that they're going to walk in there, just waltz in there, just take a couple of articles of clothing off, and then get paid $4,000 or $5,000. But really, like a woman said in another clip, you end up walking out of there then showing everybody all parts of yourself, all your holes and all that stuff for about $4.36.
Why men don't go to the club anymore?
It costs too much. Parking costs too much. To drink costs too much. I don't really go to the club, so that's not my thing anymore. You basically going there as a dude to try to impress somebody and get the attention. Not all, but y'all already know what I mean. If you're a single dude and you see a pretty girl, you want to try to talk to her. She may not be interested unless you're trying to buy her a drink. And this is the number one thing that's actually new. You go to the club, let's say you want to dance with somebody, 95% of the time, women are only dancing on women, whether that be their friends or women they don't know. Now, I don't know why they do that the whole night at the club. That's something you got to ask them, but these are all telltale signs for you as a dude to just stop going to the club. Build a skill, learn something. Just stay out of that environment. You don't got to waste your time there chasing something that you're not even going to get, you know?
This is why you will never see me approaching somebody at the strip club who is dripped in designer. If you are dressed nicer than I am, I will not be approaching you. Okay, so Saturday night, 3 guys come into the club. The club was kind of dead at this point, so when they got there, of course, every dancer's eyes just goes to them. It's a group of guys, fresh meat, the way we're looking at it. But all these guys come in completely dripped in designer. I'm going to show you literally the exact outfit that one of these guys was wearing. One of the guys was in basically this exact outfit down to the LV sweater. Another one is wearing a Bape sweater. And then I don't remember what the other one was wearing, but they were all wearing washboard jeans. Do you know what I'm talking about? Instant red flags, right? They go order their drinks and then they go to sit down at a table. And the girl that I was hanging out with is like, you know what? I'm going to go approach them and like go see what's up. I'm like, yes, girl, go get it. So she goes and approaches them, and it turns out that one of them, I'm not sure who, one of them was fresh out of prison. And so we're like, oh my God, not only did they get a bottle of champagne, but one of them is fresh out of prison, which means they are going to want to be surrounded by girls. Like it's a perfect equation. Well, that is not the case. They got that bottle of champagne for themselves, which respect. Okay, cool, like whatever. But they did not tip a single girl on stage. They didn't even like talk to anybody really. They sat with themselves in their little corner, dressed hella nice, drinking hella bougie champagne, taking pictures of it, flexing that they're in a strip club. But like, failed to mention probably on their Instagram stories that they did not throw a single dollar. They didn't tip a single person. They got that champagne bottle and they all just drank it with each other. Like they didn't offer a glass to any of the girls there. Like, it was something I would never flip. You couldn't beat that information out of me that I sat in a strip club and acted like that. But they sat there for about 30 minutes. And when I tell you, they finished every little last drop of champagne. Like they literally took the bottle and were like dumping every single little last drop and like making sure they got every little last drop. Like gotta get your money's worth, I guess, right? And then they just got up, walked out and left. They did not tip anybody on stage. There was literally nothing to flex. So if you are friends with any of these three guys on Instagram or Snapchat and you saw on their story that they were like living at large in the club, it was a lie. It was all a lie. All I think when I see a group of guys like that is that they're all in love with each other and all they care about is impressing each other and like flexing to each other, which is like cool. Do you? But like, couldn't you do that at like a normal bar? Not when there's like a bunch of naked women walking around. But anyway, yeah, that is exactly why you will always see me dealing with like blue collar unionized workers, people who don't dress prettier than me. Rule number one of stripping. So yeah, keep that in mind.
Why would they need to tell anybody that? That's not anybody else's business. Y'all know how y'all like to go to certain places when somebody takes you out on a date and y'all don't include that person on the date? You just have that man paying for everything and you just taking a picture of the food and you post it on your story, your location and all that stuff, but nobody ever knows that the man took you out on a date. Maybe this is the same thing. Maybe it's not about you. Maybe you're not the star here. They didn't tip any single girl. Why you even come to the strip club if you're not going to tip? I don't know. Maybe because they came in there to flex that they were there, they had money, they came in looking nice. So maybe they're showing their followers or their subscribers, this is the life that I live. If you want to live this life, come hit me up, DM me, and I can show you how to do it. But y'all want to get in on somebody else's stuff. Get out the video. It's not about you. Come in later.
Yeah, every day I wake up and I hope you're dead. You're insane. Hope you get an illness and then get hit by a car and die. Oh, God.
Left in the negative, still feeling the pain. Somebody else said paying a stage fee should be illegal. Somebody else said, this is why I'm waiting to be financially stable to enter this work. Okay.
At least I was last month. It's been a couple weeks since I've been to the club. I am having a really hard time going back. Yes, I ran out of all my money. No, I don't have savings. Will you see me in the club today? No. Is my makeup ready as if I am going? Yes. I just think I'm experiencing burnout, which I don't know how that's possible because I haven't been to the club in weeks. I just can't seem to get there. I get ready, do my hair, do my makeup, but I just don't want to go.
Okay, but what if I'm never able to afford to move out? Like, and I'm struggling making money because the club is so dead. It's so dead. So like, what if I just move to Colombia? What if I just, because it's great there, it's real cool, real awesome. I never got catcalled once. And then also, it's cheaper to live over there. Everything's walkable. Medellin, welcome me with open arms. Welcome me with open arms. Just saved like $5,000, right? I'm already like more than halfway there. And then just leave for a month. Then come back. Yeah.
Dancers, don't go broke trying to look rich.
Firstly, maybe 5% of dancers, creatives live solely off the back of their industry jobs. But for the majority of people, that is not the reality. Everybody has to work to survive, so we need to normalize going to work and sustaining yourself. Social media gives you the highlights of someone's life and not the everyday, which I think is very distorting for your perception of what this whole life is like. So with that in mind, my advice would be to focus on the longevity of your career/journey and not to go broke trying to look rich or keep up with anybody else, because that is what will lead you to a better life and a more sustainable life in this industry.
Can we talk about the absolute emotional roller coaster that is, as a dancer, going from one night making $1,300 in a night to 2 days later coming into work and leaving with like $10? That's the most confusing part about this industry. Like, how do you process that? How do you correct for that? That's a massive margin of difference, right? That's like unthinkable. And I mean, like, you could do everything the exact same way as you did the day before, and that could still happen. That is one part of this industry I will never get over.
Okay, so there's this whole discourse going around that dancers are broke, and I have a few thoughts on this, because it definitely used to be me. You know, I would go to work and make 10 bands and then come home and spend it all, not save any of it. Or I would go to work, make 10 bands, and then sit on it for a few months, not work at all, not make any more money, not save a single cent, so that by the time I went back to work again, I was dead broke. But I will say that people kind of live paycheck to paycheck in every tax bracket. And yes, for dancers, it's easy to criticize because we're known for making money so fast. So it's easy for a lot of us to spend it really fast because we know we're going to make it back. But it's more about money management than how much money you're making. Because if you don't know how to manage $100, you're never going to learn how to manage $1,000 or even $10,000. You know, a lot of your favorite artists or favorite entertainers are broke and or living outside of their means. Like, just go easy on my girls. This is not something that's specific to the dance community. A lot of people struggle with money management. Y'all, as much as I glorify dancing and all of that, because personally for me, I've, made a lot of money, I saved a lot of money, and I don't dance anymore. I'm currently a stay-at-home girlfriend. I get paid from my man, and I make my own money still online from doing TikTok and all of that stuff. Let me just tell y'all this. 9 times out of 10, like 90% of the strip clubs that I've worked at, the girls are all broke. Like, the girls that work there, usually they don't have no money to their name until they go to work that day, and then they'll leave, go spend it, come back, make some more money, go spend it, and they won't have no money to their name. As crazy as it sounds, it's like true. And like, it's crazy because like literally mostly all of them will post like if they make the most money, and like, of course you can make a lot of money in a night and post it and brag about it, but it's like, what are you really doing with that money? A lot of them have like literally done nothing with the money except splurge it or just upgrade their living means when they can't really afford it. Like, you upgraded your apartment before you put some money in the savings account. So it's just like a lot of girls go into this industry moving backwards, and that's why girls get stuck in it for so long. So if you're thinking about going into that, just make sure you save your money or like invest, because I'm telling you, not even joking, 90% of the girls I've met when I've worked at these clubs are broke.
A woman in the comments said, I made over $80K in 6 months and spent all of it. Here I am out of the industry and I feel like I wasted my time because I didn't save. Yikes.
I'm on here to say that I'm so glad that I'm not anymore, because it's poor about this being. Yes, I used to be a that's a whole nother story time or a series of story times. I'll check back in with y'all.
She replied to a comment and said it'd be $76. It'd be $76 on the floor. No, ma'am.
Can we start, like, praising dudes and, like, treating guys the way we want to be treated in relationships? Like, I know all these girls who want to be brought flowers but never bring their dude flowers. And then I see girls who don't want to be objectified but then objectify their boyfriends because they treat them like a wallet. Men's bodies are great. They're sexy and powerful and wonderful, and they also have stretch marks, and they get bigger and they get smaller just like us women. Their bodies do incredible things, and they should be allowed their reproductive rights just like us. We shouldn't pressure them into sex or, take away their choices by, saying, oh, no condom or whatever. They deserve a right to their autonomy as well. And also, you should never hit your boyfriend. But more than that, we need to stop shaming men for being creepy or whatever, but empowering women for doing the very same things. Stop it.
It's 7 a.m. I just left Booby Trap. Get this makeup off my face. I spent $5,000, and I just realized every time I go into this damn strip club, Omar Lifestyle Go-Getter, if they say my name, I go in my pocket. That's why I don't like to go in strip clubs that know me. But I make a movie by myself. And you know what? When I spend $5,000, I'm like, I could have took my girlfriend on a trip. I could have went to eat. I already got plenty of investments, so I'm not worried about that. But I need me a girl, so when we go out, she be like, no, baby, chill. No, baby, chill. I need to hire somebody. Be like, yo, Omar, I pay somebody $100,000 a year. Whenever we go out, be like, yo, Omar, chill. Because I like to turn up. Miami is you gotta have money in Miami. If you ain't got no money, you won't last out here. Not at all.
A good portion of your day is spent staring at the wall or gossiping with the other girls.
No one really realizes that that's our job, just like waiting time. It's the job.
Yeah.
We just wait forever.
You just sit there by yourself, staring into outer space, trying not to be depressed.
Like, I took off my clothes today for $4.
Money is nice, but you give so much to do it.
You are not going to make $1,000 every single day.
Struggling making money because the club is so dead. So if you didn't make $300, you made negative money.
I've had to battle in every other dancer I know.
To all the girlies who want to be a dancer so bad, don't do it. This is not your sign. Any video you see, this is not your sign. You know how rare it is to get a club that's consistent like that? It's very hard. It's not very easy. I worked and I only made $4. 2 girls out of all the girls I worked today made over 100 today. Like, I took off my clothes today for $4. Do you really think that's worth it? No! Don't say this is my sign. It's not. I promise. Stay to your office 9-to-5 job. You guaranteed money.
I'm outside of my work, debating whether or not I should go up to my boss and just quit my job. Why? Because I don't feel like I'm making enough money. I feel like I'm really broke. I can barely pay my bills. My credit's horrible. And so I've been seeing a lot of TikToks where obviously this are making a lot of money. Okay? And yes, I do have some jelly rolls. And yes, I do look like a tied-up ham hock. But beside the point, I can probably make a few more pennies than I make here. You can't make this. Okay? Or I can just go sell drugs. I don't know. I'm debating. There needs to be a way where we can make more money.
Story time on how I almost got in a fist fight last weekend while I was working bottle service. Hi, I'm Grace. I'm a bottle girl at a club in LA. So this was last weekend. It wasn't that busy, so I wasn't expecting people to be super crazy, but here we are. I had just dropped a bottle and I had to go to the bathroom. There's something wrong with our employee bathroom right now, so I had to use the regular ladies' room that the customers use, but it wasn't that busy, so I figured it wouldn't be a problem. I opened the door and there's this girl in there. Immediately I'm like, oh shoot, sorry, I didn't realize anybody was in here. But then I see her and she's sitting slumped in one of the chairs in the bathroom. It's a single toilet in there, but there's 2 armchairs that your friends can sit so you guys can go to the bathroom together. But the toilet is not covered by a door or a stall. So both of these chairs are facing the toilet. And she wasn't using the bathroom, she was just sitting in one of these chairs. So I was like, oh, are you done in here? And then I immediately realized the girl's not. She's not feeling well. She was belligerently drunk. She looked up at me, kind of, and she was like, yeah, you're good. So I'm standing there waiting for her to get out. And I was like, okay, because it's usually a one stall situation. I've never had someone insist on staying in the bathroom when I've entered it. Like, it's a one stall. And the girl like huffs and puffs, and she gets up and she sits in the other chair that's still facing the toilet. So at this point I'm like, whatever. I pull up my dress and I get ready to pee. This girl gets up and she looks green, and so I'm immediately like, oh my god, are you okay? She pushes me out of the way and vomits in the toilet. I swear to you, vomit droplets are like splashing on me. So I pull down my dress. I look at her and I'm like, okay, I work here and I'm so sorry, but you're gonna have to go if you're feeling sick. I can get you a water. Who are you here with? So the girl looks at me so confused and she's like, I just got here. And I was like, that sucks because you're gonna have to go now. And she's like, no, I'm fine. And I was like, no, you're not. I just saw you throw up with my own two eyes. Like, you gotta go. So I can help you find your friends. I can get you a bottle of water. And she kind of like laughs at me and then starts to leave the bathroom. So I'm immediately radioing security like, hey, I need you guys to help me. So we get outside of the bathroom, security's there, her her boyfriend is out there. And I'm explaining to them like, sorry, it's not personal. She's sick, she's a little too intoxicated. You guys are gonna have to go and call it a night. They are livid. So we're like walking out of the club, security's helping us sort them out. And this girl starts squaring up to fight me. I'm trying to rationalize with her, like, look, I'm worried about your safety. You can't stay in the club if you're vomiting. I saw you with my own two eyes. Like, it would be one thing if you did it in the privacy of the bathroom, but I saw you. Who do you think has to clean that up? And then her boyfriend tried to fight security. And that's how you get banned, you guys. So crazy.
Honestly, this is childish behavior. This is childish stuff. And past a certain age, men look for different qualities in a woman. And that's why a lot of women stay single, is because they put themselves around this type of stuff, around people that act like this. And I know when you get out there, you're having fun, you're just taking it easy, you're relaxing. And so a lot of people do this. But if you had a man would have to be there trying to protect you. And God knows if she had a dude that she could call, you call security in this point. But if it had been a man, maybe you'd have needed to call him. And then he comes in just trying to break it up. Her man don't know that. He comes in, swings on your man. Now your man's sitting in the ER with a black eye. You see how a relatively innocent night can turn relatively uninnocent. It can turn relatively troublesome really fast. And men just don't want to do that anymore. That's why you see a lot of men staying away from this type of environment. You know, maybe so often go out, have a little drink with your friends, look around, go home. Hey man, I had my little night out, it was social. Great to see you guys. Let's do it again in about another month. But on the regular, men are not doing it anymore. Men are not wasting their time. They're not wasting their money. They're not wasting their resources. They're not wasting their peace, most importantly, on ladies that act like this. And even outside of women, the environment, they just don't want to be around it. Fighting, trying to argue and scream and holler at the top of your lungs, potentially going to jail. They don't want to do it anymore.
All right, no one is talking about life after stripping when you decide to quit, or like any woman in the adult industry. It is so hard, and I don't know what's going on at the minute in the world, but like, obviously I quit for now. Never say never that I'm not gonna go back in case I can't find any job or whatever. Ow, I just broke my... Like, so many girls message me and they're like, I quit as well, I can't do it anymore. I'm choosing my mental health over money, and that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm choosing my mental health over money. But like, we all feel stuck. I was talking to my friend about it, and she was like, I feel like we have to go back, because you know, you leave certain jobs and like way of thinking and way of working and being sort of like, you know, this 9 to 5, you work so long, so many hours for not so much money, and with someone controlling you, and that we quit all those like, I don't want to say jobs because it's rude to say that, but I did all those jobs, you know, like waitressing, receptionist and all that. It's not like bad jobs, you know, we all need to like provide and make money to eat and that, but you know what I mean, they're not the most rewarding, and like the salary is clearly not good, like compared to like everything you have to handle and that. And we're saying like, God, we have to go back to this, like the pride inside. And I'm being totally transparent with you, because I'm probably gonna have to go back to one of those small jobs, you know, because I don't know what to do, but I can't like use all my savings, you know. I need to feed myself, to pay my rent, like I need to be a responsible adult.
but like no one talks about how hard it is, like for your pride, for your ego, for your money. Like my wallet is like, I'm gonna have to like not sacrifice, but yeah, I'm gonna have to like sacrifice loads of things, and no one talk about like how hard it is to go back to a normal life. And especially when you make the choice to be like, I'm choosing my mental health over money. But when you live in a city like London, where everything is expensive, it's a joke. Went to Sainsbury's the other day, buy olive oil for £9. Are you kidding me now? They take the piss out of people. Rent now minimum to get a decent room, not even like a nice room, decent room, 1k. What? 1k for what? It's not even safe in London anymore. It's not even that glam. It's not even that popping anymore. It's not what it used to be. Like, you go down the road, you're gonna get robbed. Why do we pay so much? Like, working so many hours for a job you don't give a flying F. It's really hard to go back to like this reality. My pride, oh my god, my pride. But hey, let's see what's gonna happen. But like, I would love to interview or to talk to girls that have stopped working in the adult industry and see what they're doing now. How do they feel? I would love if there is any of you out there that would mind to be interviewed, let me know in comment.
Well, you're working for somebody, right? So now that you say, I don't really want to do this anymore, what else do I want to do? What do I have the skills to do? So that means instead of doing something that's easy, you have to go home and sit and actually think about what it is that you're good at and start working and applying those skills. That's what a real actual entrepreneur and business owner is. Somebody that hustles and learns what their skill is and then tries to use those skills to help other people out. You're always using your body. You say, okay, let me use my mind to create other opportunities without using my body and having people objectify me.
Being a bottle girl is funny because like people legit think you're like the dumbest in America. And because of that, like they try to treat you like an idiot. Like, I don't like people think that this is like a dream job. It's not. It's really not. I mean, I like it because of the money, but like if I had to be honest with myself, like I hate it. Girls, like I feel like girls already go through enough, and like for people to feel like you work the nightlife so you're nothing is really annoying. Like, and then like when you educate people on who you really are, they almost like are like, damn, like this is crazy, this is who you are for real. If you're looking to be a bottle girl, like that's great, but like I feel like I know why like a lot of people kind of like during the week they just like are at peace, because like you're really in a room full of like assholes for real, like people that just are mean and don't care about you, and that will really like just disrespect you if they could. Like I think I'm just crying because I've been through so much tonight. I don't know. The club sucks. Like the club sucks. But it's a hustle. You gotta get right. You gotta get right or get left. And only the strong survive. Yeah. Only the strong survive. But if you can get in and get out, man, I advise you to do so. If not, suck your tears back in. And don't let people see them. And, you know, get a therapist or something. Because nobody cares. End of story. Thank you for watching my TED Talk. This is why I don't vlog.
You're crying because of the position that you put yourself in, but you know you're worth more than that. And you can't stand people disrespecting you to your face, but you know you gotta let them disrespect you because the money's so good. You actually don't have to do any of that. You actually can go find another job. Maybe the money's not as fast. Maybe the hours are a little bit longer. You don't want to deal with that. You and a lot of other women want to be baddies. Y'all want to take trips. Y'all want to live the fast life, the good life, the high life. Y'all want to meet high value men that have a lot of money. You want to go on a yacht. You want to go to the finest places. What's that? Nobu or something like that. Y'all want to go to those types of places. So you take an extreme amount of disrespect. A lot of women go over to what is it, Dubai or something like that, and I'm hearing that men are using the restroom on their face. That's weird, but they do it because they get paid for it. And I guess, the shower is a shower, but there's certain ways that you can earn your dignity, and there's a lot of ways that you can lose it. So only you can decide.
So I'm just here pumping gas, done with my day. And I was thinking about how, like, low-key, it takes so much courage to stop scripting. Like, it's been heavy on my mind. Like, damn, dude, you were making, like, $1,000 a night, $600, like, whatever. Every night's different, And, like, as a business owner, like, yes, you have very successful days. Hold on, my gas is done. Okay, like I was saying, every night is so different. And yes, as a business owner, you do have very successful days, weeks, months, but it's like, it takes a lot of courage to be like, I'm not gonna live this life anymore, and I'm gonna make an honest living. I'm gonna change my lifestyle. I'm gonna learn how to budget. Like, there's so much sacrifice that comes with retiring from this world. And they don't talk about it. Like, I don't know if I'm not on the right side of TikTok or not, but it takes a lot to change, the money, to change the lifestyle you used to have to a more budgeted lifestyle. So if you are a ex-scripper, girl in the industry, I commend you, because it is hard and it is tempting to just like want to go back. But when you find something that's so fulfilling, like for me, it's helping women feel better in their body, post-surgery or not post-surgery. It's obviously more fulfilling. It's more rewarding than dancing at all. Like, yes, the nights felt good in the moment, but it just doesn't feel the way it feels in the, position I'm in now, in the space I'm in now. But yeah, that was just like a little, Friday rant, because normally on Fridays, you think, hell yeah, like everyone got paid, you're about to make a lot of money. But now it's like, I'm here closing up my shop and obviously still feeling very abundant and blessed, but in a different way. So yeah, just wanted to talk about that. Happy Friday.
That's what a lot of people have to do. Honestly, men and women, they have to make an honest living. And then you have to find something that you talked about that you're passionate about. It's easy to get out there and make fast money, but like you're talking about now, getting out there and helping other women out. What's more fulfilling? I mean, I know you're helping yourself. You might probably making a lot of money, doing well for yourself, but what does it get you in the end? I mean, even if you're just saying, well, I don't really care about my dignity, right? I don't really care about my integrity. Fantastic. What impact are you actually making on society? I think that's worth more. Number one. Number two, like I said in another clip, you can start using your mind instead of your body to make something where people actually respect you. Shoot, you doing your work right now. Who's to say that you don't get paid helping women out, bringing sponsors in, create a nonprofit, and get paid from that? I mean, think about sitting on a board somewhere or creating a board where you say, man, I used to be in that type of lifestyle. I decided, I'm gonna get out here and do something honest. I'm going to help people out. I never thought I would be in this position. Think about what type of an influence, an inspiration to our young women and young men, honestly and truly, you would be by saying, that was fast money. That was me going out there exposing this side of myself, but I decided I wanted to do something a little different. So here I am today, and you don't got to do what I was doing. You don't got to go out there and make those types of decisions. I think you can go here and do there. And you don't got to say, you got to go to college. You don't got to do that. If college ain't for them, it ain't for them. But here's what you can do with your skills. Here's how you can find what you're good at. Here's how you can turn that talent into a business idea. Shoot, here's how you can start from this place, point A, to point B. Think about it. Think about the inspiration. Think about the motivation. Think about the value you would bring to so many people's lives. Fantastic. I hope you working with these people, it keeps going, honestly.